Talking to the doctor regarding Celexa and why, because it will help her even more.
Bregan said that the medication that Michelle was taking, which was Celexa, affected the frontal part of the brain, which decision making, the ability to love.
Dr. Bregan centers his testimony on his theory this involuntary intoxication due to the antidepressants.
In terms, doctor, what is an involuntary intoxication?
Well, by definition, it's an intoxication, which means that the neurochemistry of the brain has been disrupted, and that this intoxication is observable through thoughts, behaviors, activities.
And in terms of your opinion that she became involuntarily intoxicated, are you able to pinpoint about when she became involuntarily intoxicated?
Yes, on July 2nd, she begins to help him go to heaven. She begins to give him advice, and she'll encourage him.
I'm not that good.
Dr. Bregan says Michelle has this diminished mental capacity, and in her mind, that she actually believes that she's helping Conrad when she starts making the suggestions about killing himself.
But at this point, she has an involuntary intoxication where she is not forming a criminal. She's not doing something that she thinks is criminal. This is bad. She's actually going ahead and going to help him do it better, the way he wants, to make sure he's going to die.
Katie Rayburn did the cross-examination, so she had done a tremendous amount of research in his prior case testimonies.
What the fuck is the baby?
Telling us she's involuntarily intoxicated. She can't
Having a cute
decipher
baby.
between right and wrong. She goes to see her therapist. And you would agree with me that the therapist describes her appearance as
Yo, the kid and Rebel, the kid just had sex.
Yeah.
Right? Short-term memory intact, judgment good, correct? Her attitude is cooperative and pleasant, and her thoughts logical, correct?
Yes.
And you're now telling us that she didn't know right from wrong at that same time.
Well, actually, she thought she was doing absolutely the right thing.
Prosecutor Katie Rayburn says, hey, can you show me in the list of mental health issues that people may have where this exists?
This is the DSM-5 for the record. I'm hearing the witness. Could you please grab a section in that book that covers involuntary intoxication for me?
Well, there's no involuntary intoxication. That's the legal term.
This is a huge deal. Involuntary intoxication is not a psychiatric term, even though Dr. Bregan tries to apply it in that way. Katie Rayburn, with that one question, basically decimates Dr. Bregan's whole theory.
Yeah.
Very safe.
Love you.
Certified in psychiatry, correct?
I never took the word.
You had no longer or if ever had medical privileges at a hospital.
Bregan did some very helpful things for the defense, like he gave context to Michelle's life and Michelle's actions, certainly regarding her own mental health, and the theory that she really did think she was helping Conrad. That was interesting, but the prosecution poked a lot of holes in his presentation. Dr. Bregan was the last witness in the case. At that point, the defense rested, and the defense and prosecution presented their closing remarks.
Do it.
Then
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on,
The
man.
courtroom was tense.
Dude, they're all fucking 23. They're both 23. They're both 23 right now. By the way, they're both 23.
So we can prove that we want this.
That's not gonna do anything.
Fixer Upper has a new home.
You excited as I am? Whether or not a crime was
Exclusively with Discovery Plus. Stream now for just $4.99.
So the trial ends, and now it's all in Judge Monise's hands. He's got to decide whether or not a crime was committed here, and this is a crime that can carry up to 20 years in prison. It took 3 days to get a verdict. Finally, we hear from Judge Moniz.
The law does not require that any explanation as to a verdict be given. Nonetheless, I am of the opinion that some explanation of my verdicts is warranted.
There was, as they say, a hush in the courtroom, and it was just very tense. And you have all these people wondering what's going to happen, and then he starts reading his decision.
This court corresponds that the Commonwealth has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the actions taken by Ms. Carter as to the period from June 30th to July 12th constituted wanton and reckless conduct by her. The Commonwealth has not proven as to that time period that said reckless or wanton behavior caused the death of Mr. Roy.
He's saying Commonwealth has met its burden in certain things, but that doesn't meet the threshold, and it sounds like he's going to acquit her.
He secured the water pump. He located his vehicle in an unnoticeable area and commenced his attempt by starting the pump.
To be honest, the verdict to us was a bit of a roller coaster ride. At one point, it seemed like he was going in our direction. Then it seemed like he was going in the defense's direction.
However, he breaks that chain of self-causation by exiting the vehicle. When Miss Carter realized that Mr. Roy has exited the truck, she instructs him to get back into the truck, which she has reason to know is or is becoming a toxic environment inconsistent with human life.
That's when it took the sharp turn, and it was going to go very badly for Michelle.
This court does not find that the intentionality necessary for such wanton and reckless conduct is obviated by Dr. Bregan's theory of involuntary intoxication, and that the court did not find that analysis correct. Scott, please stand. This court, having reviewed the evidence and applied the law thereto, now finds you guilty of the indictment charging you with the involuntary manslaughter of the person called the third.
I just remember being kind of shocked and still for a second and having to digest it, and then just being relieved.
There was kind of like a sign of relief for like me and my family, because we thought that like my brother got justice.
So the judge had determined that all the text messaging that had taken place, that didn't quite hit the mark for manslaughter. But the moment that he stepped out of that truck, and in her own words, she told him to get back in the effing truck, that was the crime.
What a shocking verdict. I mean, guilty of manslaughter for texting and telling Conrad things over the phone when you're not even there. So this is a very powerful precedent, obviously. Michelle and her parents have never really spoken out about their reaction, but you can only imagine how scared they are, right? Their daughter's facing 20 years in prison.
With the court's permission, I'd like to read the impact statement of Lynn Roy Conrad's mother.
Certainly.
At that sentencing, Lynn provided an impact statement.
No! I swear to God!
That
Stop
she and
working!
the family
Stop
had
playing
been
then!
through after
Oh, so
losing
it would make my
Conrad.
freaking thing
There
worse?
is not one day that I do not mourn the loss of my beloved son. Every day I strive to be a better mother to his sisters and a better person for him. I want him to be proud of me and how I am handling everything. I am trying to be there for his sisters in the best way that I can with all of my being that we will carry with us until eternity.
I just wanted my son to be recognized and for, his life to matter. I don't know how she can live with that, knowing what she did.
Do it one more time and you're getting off.
trying to fix it!
I don't care! That's not gonna fix it!
Oh yeah, totally.
I don't know how she can live with that, knowing what she did.
How do you know,
The
huh?
prosecution sought 7 and 12 years.
Danny! I swear to fucking God. Fucking hit it again and you're getting off. I dropped your remote on the floor. Oh, you broke it. But you pounding on the shit, that's gonna fix it?
Yeah.
But Michelle only got 15 months.
how short her sentence was going to be kind of hurt me. I'm not saying she deserves like life in prison, but she like deserves kind of like the hurt that she put on my brother.
Ultimately, Michelle only ends up serving 12 out of 15 months that she was sentenced to. On January 23rd, 2020, Michelle Carter was released from prison.
She was released early because she didn't get in trouble while she was incarcerated. She'll be on probation until August of 2022.
I don't know if someone like her can feel that emotion of guilt. If she didn't feel it that night, that he died, I don't know how she could feel it now. I don't believe that people change. I suppose one day I'll have to forgive her for myself, but I'm really not at that stage. Like, you know, I really pray that she feels remorse badly. I'm not sure if she does, though.
This case is one that you don't ever forget. And to see it play out the way that it did is a case that is in many ways haunting. There were no winners. Conrad is dead and Michelle went to jail and they both just badly needed help.
I think that there is this compelling cultural script of the evil, beautiful young woman who annihilates and eliminates this poor boy without looking at the reality behind that imagery. And the reality is Michelle was a sick girl. She wanted to be respected. She wanted to be popular. And I think in her mind, someone needed to die. And in this case, it was Conrad.
Conrad Ryan was one of the most intelligent, kind-hearted people I've ever met in my life. And the world definitely will be missing out without him.
Yeah, I'm getting third party.
In Massachusetts, we're still in the process of trying to get a law in my son's name.
Conrad's law would explicitly make it a crime. If someone knows a person is suicidal and then encourages that person to commit suicide anyway, or provides the means to do so. There is, however, a medical exemption.
Yes.
This year, for the first time, I just wrote a letter to him. It was the first time that I could really express in my feelings to words about him, because child loss is traumatic, very traumatic. It takes so much out of you. And just writing that felt really good. Really good. Think about him every day. I feel like he's always with me.
She was just lending a helping hand.
He was a young kid. He needed money. He needed help.
But she would pay a steep price for her kindness.
He is making Tracy's life a total hell. She was scared to death, and there's nothing she could do.
When you going? Yep, they are the ones. Pee. When you going? Pee. I want to finish this team over here. We got a blue car. Good? All I need is AR bullets. And shotgun actually.
It's your turn now. Okay, Jill, you got surprises. So do I. Guess what? I'm finishing this. Alright, Tails. Prepare to lose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, Knuckles. You suck at this game.
And all I need is...
Whoa. You smell. Go take a shower. Still one. Hey, Shadow. What are you listening to? Some flowers? A Spider-Man version? Yeah, still quite.
Wow.
I smell. As I smell your stupid. Oh, there.
Yeah, you know.
How about I unplug it? Go,
Someone saw me.
Tell me I smell good. I didn't even smell you yet. Why didn't you smell me? Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away. Get out the room. Get out the room. Get out the room. Wait, why? Just get out.
I think you should
Why?
get down.
No! And stay out.
See that?
Wait, go back to listening to me. Just a computer.
Got him? Oh shit.
Well,
Ow!
Dad, say hi. Dad, say hi.
Oh shit. He's on top of the man?
Supersonic is.
I hit him for like, I think he's cracked. I'm not sure though.
Sonic. What do you want from me?
Hit him for 15? Got him.
You still didn't take a fucking shower, dude.
Just let go. Just get out of here. What's wrong?
Can I have what did I do?
Whatever that thing is. I don't care.
Can I have bandages for you? Alright, yeah, I could.
You smell like Jill's doo-doo mixing with the trash can over there. How dare you! Alright, I know you're being sarcastic. You don't care. How long has it been since you showered? 17 years? No. I was about 17. How dare you? I'm not that old. Oh, so you're saying old people look stupid? Yeah, Sonic, think before you say something stupid. Oh, now you're using your brain for something good. Just shut up. You need to take a bath. You do. No, I don't. I'm gonna make you take a bath. You're gonna like it. Don't like it, I will slap you. So hard, you're gonna fly out the window. Like you. Boy, I just punched you from that couch all over here. Or I can just carry you. No. Outside the window is 20 million gallons of water down there. Waiting for you to drown in there.
How much do you have?
No! Come on, Knuckles, stop making it difficult. No,
only
you're
got
not
it
me on my
for
hands. Come on, you're going in the bathtub right now, taking a shower. No, you're going to. That's nothing. No, I'm not gonna take a shower. No, get off of me. No, you're taking a shower. No, I'm not, Sonic. I'm not taking a
I
shower.
probably would be able to kill him if it was like 2 days ago because my aim was so fucking dog shit. I couldn't hit anything. But right now, I'm playing pretty good. My mouse controller is fucking on the wire.
What the hell are you doing in the cabin?
Do you need like ammo or anything like that?
Oh yeah. Come to Papa. Come to Papa.
Yeah, need AR ammo?
Come to Papa, Pop-Tarts. No, you're not getting a Pop-Tart. Wait, where'd you come from? No, you're taking that one.
too.
No!
I started late in season 2 though.
Sorry to say this, Douglas, but
I started when there's like 10 days left. And I have the battle pass. I don't have it fully done though. I don't have it fully done. I was only tier 40.
Now you can escape.
And
My leg